Chapter 2 of USJ Incident. Let's go. This is Aizawa's PROV. I was in the class and my husband left and I had to deal with these kids. Students since Midoriya and Mono got voted they can come up to the front of the class. I spoke. They came to the front of the class to give their acceptance speech. I will accept the offer as a president of class 1A, said class 1A, and that is from fine with me, fine with me, says Zuko. I as well accept that I will be the vice president of class 1A, said Mono. Good, did short speeches, so let's continue with homeroom. That it would be class time with first period, I spoke. Okay, so it is the end of our homeroom class. Sorry, Mick, you can teach the class, I spoke. Hello, class 1A, said Mick. I headed to the staff room to see all my midnight sitting on the cloud chairs, talking where is Tony? So where is my husband? I asked. He went to the one court place he goes to when he has a case for the judge he likes. Said Midnight. Okay, and what is the case? I asked. Something to do with Bakugo, said All Might. Anything else? I spoke. No, but he said something odd. The timelines Bakugo parents and are going down, said Midnight. Oh, really? I spoke. So what are you planning, love? I thought. I went to get my coffee, and then went back to my seat. And my other husband came to see if Tony was here, and he was shocked to me being not here. So where did he go now? Said Vald. He went to the court to go to the courthouse. I spoke. Another case? He asked. Yes, he found a case he got. I spoke. Well, then what did you figure out? He spoke. Something to do with Baco. I spoke. Oh, I think I know. I went to his office and there is a file marked for Baco that said abused by parents. Said Val, where is this file? I spoke. It's in our house. In his home office. Where are you going at, Veld? I'm go seeing if there is more files of people, I spoke. I'm coming as well, he spoke. Me as well, said Midnight. I'm coming as well, said All Might. We got to their house and we went to the house office and we found a file box with info to us on cases with a judge. We opened it and it was papers of interest for adoption with students and other kids we don't know about. They were marked with a different name, Nightmare Animatronics. I was shocked. They were protected, these kids, making sure that they were safe as a hero job. I smiled that he was protecting them with the life of the Nightmare Animatronics. We read what the animatronics said, and it was funny. It did what they wrote about the kids and what our students did and talked to them. I smiled at the nightmares cared. We then left the office because it was lunch time, and then we had got back to the staff room. Well, All Might wanted to go save some people at lunch. I laughed at that. I went to get my food and ate it while thinking about the kids and tobacco being in the family. It is going to be the best to have him in the family. I would have was done eating, and the alarm went off. I went to check what happened. The gate was disintegrated, and I don't know if the new casters could do it, but a villain could do it. I looked at Mick and he knew that face and that we got a villain breaking into the place. We got the newscasters out of the school and the police showed up to show these people out. I smiled and headed back to the staff room to get my coffee and then head back to the class to start the train for today. I got to the staff room and grabbed my coffee and then headed to the class, and when I got there some of the students were there. Hello, Mr. Aizawa, said Zuko. Hello, Zuko, I spoke. So where is Mr. Afton? Said Ochako. He went to go to court, I spoke. Is he getting charged with something? Said Tenge. No, he is putting charges on someone, I spoke. He can do that to someone, said Zuko. Yes, he can do it. Can, and it is what his job is, I spoke. Really? Said Zuko, yes. I like that people are interested in what. Yes, he can do that. It was what his job, I spoke. Okay. Sir, we. No, he went to court, I spoke. Is he getting charged with something? Said no, he's putting charges on someone, I spoke. He can do that with someone? Said something. Someone says, yes, he can do it with that. What his job is. Spoke, okay, sir, we can go, said Chaco. No, you can stay and talk about my husband, I spoke. Really, said Zuko, yes, I like that. People are interested in what my husband does for a living, I spoke. So what else does your husband do, Mr. Azawa? He is an owner for the Fry Pizzeria chains, I spoke. No way. Could we go there for a field trip someday, sir? Says Hugo. Maybe you have to ask him and what him and his workers are doing, I asked. Okay, sir, he said. But I'm also the co-owner, so if he says no, then I would let it happen, I spoke. You were that would be fun to go to the Fry Pizzeria, said Zuko. So what else does he do? Said Jocko. He is a pro hero for two names. So I spoke. What are his names? Said Tanya. The purple guy. They are purple guy and sprint trap. I spoke. I know those two names. They deal with children and quirkless people. Sometimes something other heroes don't do. Said Zuko. Yes, that is what my husband does with those two names. I spoke. This is so cool. Said Jocko. Yes, he is a true hero in the ranks of Tenge. I see the other students are here listening on our conversations, but don't mind us. We want to learn more about Mr. Afton, said Midnight. Fine, kids, get in your seats. I will talk about my husband till it's time for class to start. I spoke. Thank you, sir, said Tenge. The three took their seats. I looked at the students and I went to the front of the desk and stood in front of them. Okay, my husband used to be a pro villain with his brother. They both became villains because of their father. But when they met with three hero students, which were Midnight Elf, All Might, and Obrar, they changed their ways. They made with ways change their ways from being villains and start to be heroes. Over the years, the three hero students became my husband and his brother family. They did everything together. Then Overall died, and that was the day I met my husband and his hero, and I feel in love with him. And he was hot when he was young. Moving on, we started dating. He showed me where he worked as a security guard, and then one day he got promoted to own all the Frey Pizzeria buildings and chains. It was still young, and I was okay with him dating Vald, and we became co-owners of the pizzeria chains. Then he got killed and turned into a sprint trap, but we still loved him, and then got in to get married when we were older, until he had to become a hero with us. I was happy for him that that the teachers went to where he works to teach him how to be a pro hero. When we got married, so I had cold feet. He was scared that I would leave him for President Mick, my best man. I would never do that to him. And when we put the rings on, he smiled, and we kissed, it felt like fireworks. Then when him and Val got married, he thought Val was going to dump him for best gymnast. So we had to tell him he would not do that to him. It was funny, and when that was done, we started having our kids, the ones we met, and they were angels and demons, but mostly angels. And then our first days of going away, Tori was crying, saying that they're too young to go. I was laughing because me and Vald would be there for our kids, but he did not care for one bit. I finished the story of my husband. Did he ever do anything else, sir? Said Minna. No, he kept it simple. I spoke. The bell rang to signal